promised, you can expect regular videos from me on YouTube and on the regular channels going forward. But today I want to treat a very important topic, the topic of disposable income. What is important is not how much you earn. Let me say that again. What is really important is not the size of your paycheck. It is how your expenditure compares to the size of your paycheck. So somebody who earns $1,000 but only spends $200 on outgoings has a disposable income of $800. So this could be somebody who lives at home with mom and dad, earns $1,000, £1,000. Pound is a natural one for me, so I'm just going to defer to what's natural. But you can make the comparisons. So somebody, a kid stays at home, mom and dad pay the bill, and they contribute like £100 to rent, and they spend £100 on their phone and on necessities. That child is spending £200 out of the £1,000. So this child has a disposable income of £800 every month. Person B is earning £2,000. But after taking out the mortgage, taking out the car bills, taking council tax, and removing all other commitments, comes up to $1,800. This person, even though earns twice as much as the first person, only has £200 disposable. In real life, the person who has £800 disposable has actually got more money available to them to use for other things. That person is doing much better than the second person who is earning twice the amount, but with significantly more commitments. So people tend to look at paycheck, people want to look at salaries. Salaries are important, don't get me wrong, but it's how your salary plays versus your commitments that is actually important. So if you want to make sure that you stay in the black and don't tip in the red, people talk about reducing your expenditure, especially if your salary cannot increase. What you can do is cut back on some of the things that you pay regularly. So you may trim off your mobile bill, or you might cut out a Sky subscription, or you might remove something like that so that your disposable income becomes a little higher than what it was before, and you will have more money in your pocket to spend. You would definitely be more comfortable when you have disposable income. So let me say what I've just said again slowly. People compare each other with other people based on how much money they earn a month. A lot of these celebrities you see have been caught in this web. They have a stylist, they have a publicist, they have a scripter, they have a this, they have a that. So although these people are earning thousands of pounds a week, or hundreds of thousands of pounds a month, depending on how much they have outgoing, they might actually have a very insignificant disposable income. So there are many people who look at other people's incomes alone, and you expect that they should be comfortable, they should feel rich, they should be able to afford this, that, and the other. And when these people tell you they cannot afford it, you think they are being wicked. No, they might actually have very, very high overlays. And if you have very high overlays, your disposable income is limited. Another way of making sure that your disposable income increases, apart from cutting back on expenditure, is for you to find ways of increasing your income. So some people will change a job and get a better job, better pay, more disposable income. It feels better. If you are one of those people like me who's hit a certain limit of how much you can earn coming in from just your wages, then you might want to diversify your income stream. And this is what I have done. This is what I am still doing. And this is what I want to do more of in the year 2020. And that's why I want to have this video to discuss it with you. So I am a teacher. Unless I go into management in teaching, I am at the ceiling of my pay scale. I do not want to go into management because I've done that, been there, done that, got the t-shirt for it, didn't like it. So I've cut back for lifestyle reasons. So what else can I do? My overlays are so high. I have actually managed to weed out quite a bit from my overlays. But these ones that I have remaining are ones that I can't do anything about. So, as a teacher, I started taking tutoring gigs. In the early days, that was good. Excuse me. I don't know why I've chosen to cough in a video, but it happens. You're going to have to work with me on this one. May I have something to drink, please? And maybe if I have something to drink, it might improve things. Anyway, so as a teacher, I took some tutoring gigs. It seemed really good because when I go out to tutor, they pay me. But then I started looking at it and I realized that that model also was not really working for me because the time it takes me to travel to tutor and the time it takes me to come back don't work. They don't work well for me at all. So I started taking gigs where I am at home and I teach. And because I'm teaching at home, it cuts back on the travel time much better. I can earn the same amount in less the time and it's making sense. So tutoring was one extra layer of income. And then my expenditure ballooned again to swallow everything up. And I'm back to not having enough disposable income. So I started a company. I started a souvenir company. My souvenir company brings in, it trickles in a decent amount every now and again. And since that started trickling in, I feel the pressure eases off a little bit because yes, that adds one extra layer of income, but it was also still using my time, loads of my time. So about 8 weeks ago, I made a decision to look for something which allows me to earn passively. What do I mean by that? I wanted the kind of income where I would be sat in my living room and it could be rolling in some payments. Do excuse me, please. I wanted to be sleeping and for people to buy things from a website. And I don't even want to get a message about having to post things out to people because I do already get this from my normal business. So people order for my business online, and when they order for my business online, we will need to execute. So we will have to produce whatever they've ordered. We will have to worry about shipping. We will have to make sure to track until the client receives it. And that's great, but we've hit how much we can contain in that business. And I discovered that I could actually do a franchise with a company called Juice Plus. This franchise excites me because I have just claimed a website. All I do is publicize what I'm doing with Juice Plus, demonstrate my progress on my physique, and invite other people to also invest in their health, and most people understand why it is necessary. And what's exciting is I don't need to call people. I don't need to follow up. I just tell people the message and I wait and see. When eventually the message embeds, this person just goes on my website without calling me, place an order. I get an email which says person X has ordered Y. And that's all I have to do. Just be aware that person X has ordered Y, and I'll send them a thank you. I will send them an email or a text message with instructions on how to detox whilst they wait for the product. And that's it. That's all my inputs. The rest of it is done by the parent company. The postage is handled by DHL, which is dispatched by the parent company. And it arrives to the client, and the client is good to go. Most of the things that I have are online on my pages for the clients to follow. And this is a turning point for me as a person because it's actually very, very uninvolved from my point. It doesn't involve a lot of my time. It doesn't involve a lot of my energy. It doesn't involve me tracking and following much. And this is what is actually tipping the balance, finally, for me in terms of disposable income. So let me explain. In order for you to be in control of your disposable income, you have two choices. You either increase your income, and sometimes you can increase your income by working harder, by working more. But for people like me who've already maxed that out, that was not an option. You can also increase your income by adding secondary sources, and even that is limited because you only have 24 hours. It is better for you to find income streams which do not require a lot of effort and time from your end, things that you can earn from passively, and that is what I want to discuss, really. So you have passive income rolling in. You don't do very little, but money rolls in. trickle from business A, a trickle from business B, trickle from business C, and whatever would be your main hustle. And when you add all those together, you end up with a much bigger number than you would otherwise earn from one source. If your overlays haven't changed much, then if your income has gone up and your overlays have virtually stayed the same, then when you subtract your overlays from your income, you get your disposable income. And it is your disposable income which makes you feel rich or otherwise, because that is money you can use. That is money you can save. That is money you can do things with. That is money that sits in your bank account if you haven't learned how to invest. That is money which is disposable and available for you to use. That is the money which makes you feel rich or otherwise. You also have the other option of cutting back on everything and going down the austerity route. You might be lucky that you may have had a lot of overlays which are fueled by luxury. And if you are one of those people, you can cut out the luxury and you'll go back to the bare minimum and you should see some gains. But again, if you are pragmatic like me and you've not really taken on things that are luxurious, trying to cut back on your overlays is a little bit of a sad event, because you will find everything in your overlay is a necessity. Your rent has to be paid. Your council tax has to be paid. Your children have to eat. You have to transport yourself to work. You will have to pay your utilities. Your mobile phone bill has to be paid. These ones are not luxury. You can't cut back on these. So if your expenditure is mainly made from things that are necessities, then you are in trouble. Option one is your only option. And I am one of those people who discovered this. And so I am pursuing option one aggressively in the year 2020. I wanted to discuss this, and I wanted to invite those of you who are looking for extra income, wanting to diversify your income. It really doesn't matter if you are in other businesses. One extra layer of income definitely improves how much rolls in. If you do in Herbalife, don't mind. We can help you add juice plus to it. If you're doing whatever, even if you've not done anything network marketing wise, that's fine. We can help you here. I am asking you to come join my team, so we learn together, so we push each other, so 2020 becomes a year where we can say at the end of and look at how much passive income we've made, how much that has changed our disposable income ratio, how much has become more available for us to use for luxury and for comfort once we've taken off the necessities. Who wants to be dealt in? If you want to be dealt in, if you want to improve your disposable income, you do know where I am. You can check my product out on amamansin.juiceplus.com. You can have a look at the products. You can do a bit of research about it. It is rock solid products which impact the body very physically, very obviously. And anybody who uses it and follows your instructions would definitely be a happy customer. And for that reason, you will have many happy customers returning to purchase from you. You'll be busy sleeping whilst the cash rolls in. I like the prospect. I want to explore it, and I want to invite you to join me. Call me. You can call me on WhatsApp 00447947225503. That's WhatsApp. And if you want to speak to me on phone, WhatsApp me, and I will help you download a better application for calling. My name remains Amma. It is my job to educate. It is my job to motivate. Sometimes it's a bit hard-hitting, but today it is a message of hope. If you feel poor, then it means your disposable income ratio is very little. You can extend it, you can enhance it by this simple action. Do get in touch with me. Thank you for watching. Oh, yo, 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 yo. 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 Yeah.
I'll do everything for you. From the very first I said